Voting for the 4th annual CIF Battle of the Fans contest well underway, and turnout is brisk. 9 schools are competing for the best student section. Combined vote totals on all 9 schools on our 3 social media platforms now exceeding 10,000 votes, and the contest isn't even 24 hours old. We'll announce the winner a week from Wednesday, February 28th. We start our prep coverage. Division 5 play-in game. Holtville taking on Horizon Prep. Vikings Ben Rolfe with a game-high 15 points, including that dunk right there. Kind of a dunk. Less than a minute remaining when 5'1" Lion sophomore Jade Nason gets her first points of the season with the 3-ball, playing with the guys, and Jade hits the 3-point shot. The final 59-40. They'll take on San Diego Academy on Tuesday. Holtville, your winner. It's a blanket weather in La Mesa, where Helix hosts San Diego Academy in a D2 boys soccer play-in game. 37th minute, Miles LaVake scores to give San Diego a 2-1 lead. Just after halftime, the Highlanders' Jackson Montgomery sends the pass to Tim Moss, who heads it into the net. We're tied at 2. Then Moss wins it in the 75th minute with the right foot hat trick for him. Final 3-2. They'll play Valley Center in the next round on Wednesday. The Scotties will. All right, Division 4 play-in game at Morse. Lady Tigers taking on San Ysidro early in the second half. The Lady Tigers' Shania Leverman will split the defense and get a nice header over the goalie before they collide. Ties the game at 1, less than 2 minutes in regulation. The Lady Cougars' Isela Oliveira blocks the defender's pass and finds herself one-on-one, and she rolls it in. The final 2-1, San Ysidro on top. To the water we go. Mission Bay taking on top seed Point Loma. Mission Bay's Olivia Martinet gets 2 Buccaneer goals, and Veronica Divis matches that with 2 for Point Loma, while Pointer goalkeeper Tanner Monette gets 11 saves, leading the Lady Pointers to the win. The final 6-3. Point Loma advances to the Division 3 championship game, playing the winner of this next one. The 3-seeded Mount Carmel Sun Devils are taking on number 2 seed San Pasqual. That's Brenna Bryant getting the hat trick for the Eagles. Mount Carmel's Lauren Keating gets 3 of her own coming up. And then Lady Sun Devil Madeline Hansen gets a game-high 4 scores as Mount Carmel wins this one 11-4. The D3 championship game now is set. It will be 3-seed Mount Carmel taking on 1-seed Point Loma. That on Saturday. Well, almost a month ago to the day, a group of San Diego high school football players traveled to Mexico City to play in the America's Bowl. Matt Gilson tagged along to document the cultural pigskin exchange. Here's part 1 of his series, Pigskin and Pyramids.
Have you ever seen the Pyramid of the Sun? Ever let the mariachi music move you? Have you ever worn the red, white, and blue, then swapped jerseys with a player from another country? Have you ever eaten a cricket?
1, 2, 3.
Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but the point is, I know 45 kids who, a month ago, hadn't done many of those things. And now, for the rest of their lives, they can point back to this trip and say, I've been there, so maybe I can go here, and I've done that, so maybe I can do this. But of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Wind the clock back to 6:30 Thursday morning, January 18th. The San Diego Stars and Stripes took a walk across the border to the Tijuana airport. Their destination, Mexico City, for a matchup with the Mexican U19 national team in the 3rd annual America's Bowl. And invited along to document the adventure for the team, yours truly,
This thing on?
and photographer extraordinaire, Jose Martinez.
We're here to cover a football game, but it's much more than that.
As we went wheels up, a couple players got to experience the miracle of flight for the very first time.
The takeoff was epic. Like, we went to like 0 to like 400 real quick.
We just take off, but I was like, oh.
We got above the clouds, and then I looked down, and I was like, whoa.
Back on solid ground, we hopped on the bus for an hour-long ride to our hotel, and I found myself glued to the scene rolling by on the other side of the window. And I wasn't alone.
Every time we drive, I just stare out the window and just look and just learn, see different communities, different environments, try to soak as much as possible.
That night, our one camera from the PPR was joined by more than 10 from south of the border as the 2 teams met the media.
Welcome, Gabi. How do you feel being here in Mexico?
Excellent.
¿Hablas español? Sí. Perfecto.
It's a pleasure to have that team. They love football, we love football, and it's going to be a great opportunity for us.
We're here to obviously enhance the game, try to raise a comparative awareness to the states that, you know, Mexico is a sleeping giant when it comes to American football.
Competitions, better football in Mexico, better football in Mexico.
Friday morning, football at just over 7,000 feet.
I think everyone a little surprised with the elevation, kind of sucking wind with the warm-up.
No joke. This elevation's no joke. That's you hit.
No matter if it's a friendly competition, they say we're going to work hard, they're going to work hard, and we definitely want to come out to win.
Coaches sat us down last night and told us that we need to focus up some more, or else they're actually going to beat us because they're pretty good.
That afternoon, a cruise through the Technicolor sights and sounds of Xochimilco.
Ready?
This is my first time ever in Mexico, like in any area of Mexico, or even Tijuana or anything. I've never been in Mexico before. Interacting with the other boats and just saying hi to them and everything like that, like it's awesome because then you kind of get a sense of like what their life is like.
For the nightcap, a tandem team dinner. That's Eric Fisher, head coach of UDLAP, a perennial power in Mexican college football. Alex King spent some FaceTime with him talking about the suddenly very real idea of continuing his American football career in Mexico.
I do have a few offers at NAIA, but having the opportunity to have a full education paid for down here is totally different, and it's an opportunity I'm willing to seek.
And everyone spent some time taking selfies, making loud noises, and sizing up the opposition.
We got size, I think, and now that I see San Diego guys, I think we're not so bad at the size. We're going to defend this country, we're going to represent this country, so it's not a small deal, it's a big deal.
Coming up in part 2, game day has arrived. See it all from pregame to postgame, Tuesday night on the All Sports Report. This is Matt Gilson, KUSI Sports.